Enemy within. Party's reaching Middenheim. All right, let's try and keep it clean tonight. All right.
I didn't
bring pizza.
Man, fuck you, Jay. And you gave him bean dip?
Never gets pizza. Put these in the wound pile over that is okay.
It's underneath here.
Okay.
There's a chance that if I do the shelter of Rhea, and we sleep in there, if I get a comment on the casting of it, it gives 2 white to recovery checks made by those resting.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll snuggle up in the recovery tent with you.
It's not snuggle. It's dozen average-sized people fit comfortably in it.
Oh, sorry. But I'll still kind of just gonna he'll want to snuggle anyway. This is the way of the Pistolier.
So I got 4 hammers and an eagle. Wow. Pistolier gets a lot of shit. Nice. 4 hammers, 4 wounds, and a stress and fatigue.
Yes. I'm at 10. Okay, cool, thank you.
What did we get back?
I healed him for a shit ton. And then,
and what do we roll for just general, like daily?
well,
like fatigue and stress.
He said we have a bonus black. Well, stress, you get your willpower and stress back for rest, and your toughness and fatigue back for rest. And then you get your toughness in wounds back, resting overnight. But for crit wounds, you have to roll resilience, and you get a black die against that because we're getting bumped around and stuff. From the,
okay, so resilience.
But
so that's toughness. So
before you roll for that, let me.
All right.
Twice I'll cast the shelter of Rhea, and we'll stay there. And if I get any comments, then that adds 2 light dice to your.
Can you hand me that box underneath that? Is there cards in there?
You can also try and first aid, or have somebody smarter than me first aid you, and that will add white dice to your.
That's once he's conscious.
White devil.
Oh, dude, you don't need to give us that.
That's me making a mess.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 eagles don't confer.
That's not for your kids, is it?
Oh, it's ours.
You sure?
The first night we don't get any bonuses from the shelter of Rhea.
Bummer.
How do we gain regular wounds back?
You get your toughness and wounds back to normal rest, and then if you want to get crits back, if you roll first aid before you do your resilience check, every hammer you get adds a white die to your resilience check, and then when you make your resilience check, every eagle counts towards your
Crit.
Your crit, and you have to get over the crit number to
get rid of it,
to turn it into a normal wound.
So basically, they're both, the broken nose is a 3 and the severed fingers a 3, so I would need to get 4 successes.
You would need to get 4 successes.
And what's the difficulty?
On 3 dice.
It's two purples.
What you need is a hospice of Shelia.
Yeah.
Conveniently located at your neighborhood Middenheim.
Hey, tell Heidi thank you. Oh, sorry.
Jeez, Dave.
Tell Heidi sorry.
Tell Heidi thank you.
Your
Dave is Butterfingers.
It's massive. I don't
things back here.
It's like rabbit poop.
There you go.
It's not actually rabbit.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I'll take the little piece here.
Yeah, take that one.
This one's tiny. I'll like this one.
Holy crap! Giant pizza.
That's what it is.
All right, nothing like Guido's to sharpen the mind. What's up?
Where's Ripley?
And slit in the waist.
Swallow. Start to swallow? Yeah, why don't you make everybody sick here?
Okay.
I don't know where your dog is.
This glow about his face when you said that. He's like, okay.
Is it the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
All day.
All right, so everybody get healed up?
We only did 1 day. Did you guys roll first aid, do any of that stuff?
Oh, someone want to first aid me?
You're smarter than everybody else.
I'm
in the party.
unconscious.
Even with the wound healing
Oh, yeah.
in the morning?
I'm at like 6 points over my threshold.
Well, I can try. My intelligence is 3.
He's in what's known as a coma.
All right, so I'm going to be
Two
at,
purples.
We slept the night. Okay,
I'm not
back
trained, so.
to full.
How many crits do you have?
2.
No. What's your toughness?
2.
No, I'm not first aid because I will kill you. I'm sure I will kill you with two purples and only 3. So so that's the first night, and then we have 2 nights. So I'm gonna do the healing spell mumbo jumbo again.
First night,
Okay.
Good
On
shot.
you.
You sure you want to wake him up?
I'm talking in my sleep. Oh, I
1,
was
2,
so
3, 4,
brave. Right on,
5.
Beatrice.
So you get 5 normal wounds back, and your stress sheet should already be fully.
Yeah. Oh, 5 on top
5
of
normal wounds
You
On top of
added,
the
you
deck.
added an additional black, right?
for casting the spell.
Bumpiness on the road.
We stopped to cast the spell.
Okay.
It's like after we get up in the morning, I go one.
He would have been pissed knowing that you had not stopped the carriage to heal him.
Okay, and then do you need more?
No. Is that on top of our daily?
That's on top of, yeah, that's what I healed you with my spell. What about you, Jamie? Do you need more? After what you get for your toughness in the morning?
Well, I need more just to.
What I could use is
Try
a
to
blessing
actually-
on my resilience check. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Can you give me a white
It
die?
just gives you a white die, yeah.
But I'll take it.
Use those watch points, Dave.
I might. Because I have 2 crits that are 2 each.
Then 2 each.
I think we need to take
No,
one of these
no,
white
level
dice and
2.
secretly put a chaos star on it.
Oh, did you need a first aid check? Or were you going to first aid yourself?
I don't know, but basically, I have a toughness of 3, and both of my things are 3, and I need to roll a 4.
So you probably
So
want to
it's-
make is your intelligence at least 3?
Yes.
I would make a first aid check. It's 2 purples,
Okay.
and every hammer you get is going to add a fortune die to your resilience check.
Wipe away the pizza grease.
And if you get 2 chaos stars, that actually gives you a wound.
Awesome. Well, I have 3 successes and 4 banes.
I don't know what the Banes do. I don't know if the Banes do anything. But 3 successes gives you 3 white dice.
Cool.
I'm
But you have to get eagles now on the resilience check.
But not hammers?
Not hammers. It's eagles.
That's weird.
Bear just is running her hands through your hair the whole time, keeps kissing you on the forehead.
Do I do any purple on?
Beatrice, I was so brave, wasn't I?
And she
So can you
insists
do
that
minor blessing?
she keeps insisting that
I
the
don't
priest
have
of
to roll
Morr inspect your stools.
So
Ooh, that should mix with sake.
so 1 black, and then my toughness.
And
And cranberry hard, huh?
Purple still
Because
Okay.
you have a crit.
You can do it. You're not trying to get rid of that crit, are you?
And a chaos
So you
star.
said on the.
Oh, I gotta get 3.
So no eagles.
I gotta get 3 eagles to
successes.
get rid of this.
So
But
Fortune
2
point?
successes.
What were you trying to do?
1 success. I was trying to get rid of crits.
Oh,
So what does the chaos star mean? Anything in that situation?
I don't know.
That was a
How are
terrible
your
roll.
rolls?
The boss man. I look up to you.
I think on a crit heal it probably doesn't, unless you're being tended to by
All
somebody.
right.
Are you being tended to by somebody?
Not that I know.
nobody here is trained.
Yeah, you're just doing your overnight.
Do you still have normal wounds?
No, my wounds, regular wounds are fine. I just have the 2 criticals.
So in extreme cases featuring multiple chaos stars, it might be appropriate to have a fumbling doctor convert a normal wound into a critical wound.
That's never happened
but only if
before.
you're feeling vindictive or if it would be funny.
Jay?
You get a minor infection in your finger. It's clinging for dear life.
My poor finger.
Okay, so that's purple.
A local traveler comes by while you guys are riding, and he appears to be some kind of herbalist, kind of person, and he crawls into the back of his wagon, comes out with a box, opens it up, there's some ice in there. He's looking around.
Brown eyes.
Nope, no fingers, he says. Snaps it closed, and then goes about his way.
Hey, I asked him, do you have any herbal remedies to help with healing?
Everything that's in the Signs of Faith.
Okay. Is it in your house rules?
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's anything that helps
have any
for
good
crits
for a
other
broken
than
nose?
removing the negatives.
Nothing good in that
associated with
regard.
Crit temporarily.
2 pieces of pizza left. Eat them up.
I'm done.
Dad, you want some pizza?
Oh no.
He's already down his sandwich.
All I've had, I swear to God, in the last 2 weeks, besides eating just dessert after dessert in Minnesota, because that's all you eat in Minnesota, is friggin' pizza and Subway.
Yeah. My wife and I think my wife and kids were out of town, so I was home alone. I think that's all I had was pizza.
You were watching the movie Singles and decided the modern man has absolutely no reason to leave his home.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, Valerian gives you a bonus to your next resilience check.
There you go. Valerian root.
Lizard limwort regrows limbs, but it's 5 gold. And the chaos
gold.
star means that your finger grows somewhere it shouldn't have.
I love that one.
My good
That
man,
one's from first-
I will
first
buy
edition.
three helpings of your finest Valerian.
All right, roll a d8 for each of them to make sure that they're legit. After you get going, of course.
So just don't roll a chaos star.
No chaos stars on 3 checks.
And it depends
So
on,
only one of them was bad. See if it's really corrupt. Roll it again.
and the
Second chaos star would be really bad. Okay, good. No, it's
It wasn't
it
fertilized.
becomes one of the little quack medicines in there where there's a chance it could do something good, chance it
Okay.
could do something bad.
is it what's the strength of it? Because the type of die used determines how much the cost of the Valerian is.
Oh. Well, it just said a silver.
No, it says S. That's single use.
Single use.
So if it's a white die that it adds to your resilience check, that's 10 silver. 2
Oh,
white dice is 20 silver. A blue dice is 15 silver. That's why I was asking Jay.
Gotcha.
Which kind did you want to buy?
Okay,
Whatever. I'll let you buy what you want.
So I'm going to
Yellow
buy
is 25 silver.
yellow's 25 silver.
Here's your 3 silver back.
2
Okay,
yellows
sorry.
is 50 silver.
2 yellows is 50 silver. How much is 2
I'll do
blue?
2 yellows.
2 blue is 30 silver.
Well, you guys have all this money now. Where this campaign has gone off the rails.
You gave us that stipend. You gave us our monthly stipend right before we became rank 2.
A red is
How much
25
sake had I
silver.
had by that point?
Dave, a red is 25 silver. And you have
Ooh.
more chances of hammers there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Ooh, red is 25 silver?
Yeah.
I feel like I
That's
should be drinking
25.
on the side of a
20.
flask.
So
but
2 red would be 50 silver.
Does he have any healing draughts?
It's like drinking schnapps. Maybe. Yes.
Yes.
You just need to roll a d8 for each one because he's not necessarily a reputable dealer. He also has body parts for sale if you need a new liver, spleen.
Here, I need
They
change.
can be ingested, he says. All right, so how much change you need?
I need 50 back.
No, he ruptured his spleen, but he glued it back together with some silicone.
So I'm going to redo those 2 chaos star rolls because I'm only going to buy 2.
Okay, well, let's do it. How bad could it be? No whammies.
Beatrice.
No whammies.
There you go.
All right, thank
We
you.
need to go to a temple of Sharia.
All right, so we're just chaos stars means it's no good.
You know our family
Yeah.
doesn't believe in those kinds of places. The gods aren't real. She
One of
whispers in
them's
your
no
ear.
So 1 was bad. I had a chaos star and
Okay, roll it again. The second one would be really bad. Otherwise, it just becomes
She's the
okay.
black hood.
She's been with you all along. You wake up from hypersleep, you've got pain in your belly.
That would be hilarious. He's the black hood the entire time.
wait, he's been asleep?
Unconscious.
Yeah,
You've been
like-
teabagging him, it's okay.
Okay, I was just gonna say if we had any, like some facial paints.
You wake up and you have all this pubic hair in your mouth. You're not quite sure what from, but it's caught in your teeth.
You notice it's gray pubic hair, though.
And Aunt
We're all
Beatrice
young.
is sitting across from me looking extremely satisfied. But it wasn't her!
Oh, God, speaking of gray.
Werther, on the other hand.
My last job of the day, I knock on this customer's door. And this guy's all, "Ugh!" So I sit there and I wait. Knock on the door again. Okay. Okay. He opens the door. It's an 80-year-old man. And he leans out, doesn't have a shirt on. I'm like, okay, no big deal.
Do you have Santa Claus belly?
No, it was just like this much that I could see. And he goes, "What?" And I'm like, Comcast, there's problems with your stuff. I need to come in and
It's
fix
probably
it.
junk.
And he's like, outside. I'm like, no, I have to come inside. And he opens the door a little bit, and I see his hip. And it's Peach.
Oh my.
And I'm like, no. And then he just, whoop, and I'm like, oh my God. 80-year-old naked dude, apartment complex, just open to the world.
Jeez.
And I'm just like,
You know, when we get older, we get a little bit lonely.
well, this dude was either high as a kite or drunk off his head because he could barely speak.
That's probably from
Without
the regular
slurring.
medications.
Yeah.
Probably.
And he could barely walk, and he's just like, you want to come in? Come in. I'm like, maybe I give you a couple minutes to put your clothes on. And he's like, no, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Like, well, it's okay. I can wait, for a little bit if you need to, He's like, I was going to go back to bed. And then he just leaves the door open, goes over, it's a one bedroom, goes over, flops down on the bed, ass up, doesn't pull the covers over him. I'm just like, are you shitting me?
Is it better? Does he have boils? Bed
I wasn't
sores?
inspecting, but I go in there and
That looks good.
there's a lamp smashed against the wall
Eagles.
and bloody footprints all over his bathroom floor. And I'm like, I don't even want to know. I'm just gonna fix the
Jeez.
problem and leave. Don't want to know. Naked 80-year-old dude and blood.
Use the Valerian?
Yeah.
No, this is for a critical check, right?
Right. And
So is it just one purple or two on a critical check?
It's 2 purples.
But he has already critical, right? Critical wounds, heals.
Yeah, it's resilience. It's 2 purples on a crit.
no eagles. Such is life.
Not 1 eagle.
Not one.
Oh,
Not
it's
on the
eagles,
red.
not hammers. Sorry, red.
On a resilience check?
Yeah, isn't it eagles?
I think so.
Damn it, where's the healing? I don't know how to read
Isn't that
this
what we were
shit.
talking about last time? Was the eagles were?
Mhm.
Because that's what it is with the healing potion too. Is eagles.
But when you're specifically
If on a healing draught, if the roll generates boons, the character may convert a single critical wound with a severity equal to or less than the number of boons generated into a normal wound.
Yeah.
What's your
Isn't the resilience check the same way though?
resilience check is successful? They may recover from one critical wound of severity equal to or less than the number of successes.
Oh, so it's not eagles.
Yeah,
it's
on your
hammers.
resilience, it's the because
I
since a
apologize.
healing draught can do both,
cool equal to or less than.
equal to or less than the number of successes generated. So if you had a critical of 3, what's your critical 9?
So you have to have a 3 or
No, it's
above.
they're both 3.
So it's not.
So
it's not
use some
more than,
fortune
it's equal
points.
to or more than.
Yeah, so I'm okay.
I will.
I did this.
Because I'm
well, I got
basically-
rid of
You're
one.
one
You got
away,
rid
right?
of 1 earlier because you had
Yeah.
3 successes,
And that wound is starting to look it's starting to smell a little bit like almonds.
or you had 2 successes and you wasted fortune points.
Yeah.
And you didn't need to waste those fortune points.
Right. Okay. So I'll take
So I apologize.
That's
guys.
cool. No.
I thought it was
All right,
eagles.
failure number 1.
And that.
raise the
Failure number 2.
raise the party tension.
That was Jamie in frustration.
This is it right here.
Chaos Star.
Yes! Yes!
So did you heal a severed finger then?
Yes.
So you're not actually missing the finger?
All right. So it's still infected, but it's mostly healed up now.
It's a normal wound.
I'm
though.
afraid to do a
Don't forget
resilience
it's
check.
The ligament was barely hanging on,
Actually, I'm
and then it
gonna
just
do a
leaps
resilience check.
across leaps across the 2 bones, just attaches
So-
itself.
Do I mark it down to 1 critical, but do I put a wound?
It becomes a normal wound.
You had 2 crits before, right?
Right.
So you had 2 wounds.
Okay.
1 of those 2 wounds is a crit.
Still a crit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that you have 2 crits.
Wait,
and no wounds,
isn't a
it's 2
severe
wounds.
wound the last thing to heal? Or is that just that one card, the mortal wound that Dave here got killed by the priest, whatever you were playing last time? Ooh, thunder. My dog is going
Hope
to
Maggie doesn't hear it.
My dog's going to flip.
Especially if you have
Maggie, your cat?
So I was able
No,
to
my
heal
psychotic dog.
flesh
Oh,
wound.
yeah. Watch this.
It's just a fresh wound.
See that?
wow.
That took years to perfect.
So you're going to ninja school now, huh?
Uh-huh. Do it ninja star.
So you can throw forks around.
Okay.
Oh, my counter.
So you guys arrive at Middenheim. You have not gone up these scary walkways that go up to the Ulrichsburg like this, and like this, and like that, like that.
That was only one resilience check, wasn't it? Because he said 2 days, so the second morning you get a second resilience check.
I did.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a choice. You can go up the regular roads, pay your tax, go through the gates, whatnot. You're allowed to carry weapons in the city. Most Middenheimer carry their weapons. Or you can wander around in the forest beneath the city and see if you can find a secret way out.
Why the hell would we do that?
You must find an expert doctor to take care of my teeth.
I put a pillow over Martin.
No! No! I'm alive! I'm not dead yet!
We don't put pillows over dead.
How much is the tax to take the wagon up?
2 silver.
I'll pay it.
Yeah, you're a noble. You got money.
And I'm a knight. Do I get the knight's
You
discount?
do. You get 1.
Well, that's,
Look at that.
yeah, nice.
And they bow, and they're just very honored. And they're like, oh, newly
Knight of the White
knighted even.
And I start to give the sign of the hammer, and I realize I don't know what the sign of Ulrich is quite yet.
That's right.
It's, you
Some
sniff
wolf
their,
wolf
you
testicles.
sniff their asses, actually.
You do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Nosferatu. That's great. Yeah.
No, Brett had it. I have to smell their butts. We smell each other's butts. And
All right.
Look your own ass.
Yeah.
He's still working on that. He's new. He's not quite flexible.
You get some stretching exercises.
All right. So
He does rub his
special
ass on
night
the
yoga.
carpet very well, though.
you guys
I
end
know,
up
I'm
at
not
the
squeezing out his vein.
Castle Rock
What? Why would you have to squeeze out of
coaches.
Yeah, if he has issues, man. If he's rubbing his butt.
All dogs rub their ass.
The Castle Rock Coaches and Hotel. It's one of the largest coaching companies in the empire.
Castle Rock coaches?
Yep, and the Middenheim depot is large and busy. Consists of a small office building across from a tall and somewhat pretentiously decorated hotel with a stable running between the two. Coaches pull up to the central yard several times a day, coming from as far away as Averheim.
How many flights did you have to take recently?
Just 2.
You got some
Actually,
stewardess
we got on the plane and off the plane.
Your exit rows are in front of you, behind you, and up your... Yeah, exactly.
Going to Minnesota is just maddening. So you ever been bit by a mosquito? Imagine that over your entire body all the time, and that's what it's like the whole time we were back.
Minnesota.
Look at my legs. You see like all these little black spots? That's just the ones on my legs.
Some guy Tim works with was on a fishing trip up in Minnesota, and they got to the lake, and it was literally, just the swarm.
Yeah.
And a family of dragonflies flew in and sucked them all down.
Well, that's cool.
I just got to sit and watch them.
You're saying in Minnesota you don't have sex in the woods unless you want to end up dead?
And I have a story for that. So Heidi and I are getting it on one of the trails that I helped build when I used to work for the state. And and you get up and you just like, you've never lived till you've had mosquitoes suck the blood out of the back of your ball sack, but I mean, you just spend the rest of it just like. But anyways, so then people come driving around and stuff, and you just whatever. So anyways,
Third edition.
Oh, look, and we were hoping that we'd keep it clean for this episode, but not.
It lasted about 4 minutes.
We haven't even started gaming yet.
Are we supposed to roll our...
We were just healing at that point.
everybody got their war horse attached to the back of their
I have a
whatever you
trusty
put that. Everybody's got, and you're just riding along in the coach.
4 legs.
And we want Betty,
No pumpkins.
Beatrice. So she's kind of like a trusty horse.
I gave Martin the big die to roll for our...
Oh yeah, let's roll for the party sheet. What do we do with the?
14.
Uh-oh.
That can't be good.
Nope, it's never good with a 14.
The teens are that's murderer's row right there.
We're going to be the festering ball sacks tonight.
Empire's Most Wanted.
See, like I said, festering ball sacks.
Nice.
That's perfect for you.
Now roll the d20
criminal-
and let's
I mean,
decide where
gambler.
we're at on this party tension
So it's
meter.
D10, a D5.
D5 plus 5.
15.
I rolled a 10 on the 10 side.
All right, so stick it up to 11sies.
Okay.
We're on 10.
Party, epic, criminal, infamous.
Bring it. Party time.
We have arrived in town.
I'm gonna socket my ball sack to that.
Okay. So anyways, when you guys arrive at the
Yes,
Castle Rock
socket
coach's
it
place, the
previously.
depot boss is a big-bellied Middenlander named Gunther. He's brusque to anyone he believes to be wasting his time, and is obsequious to anyone he believes has the potential to make him and his depot a great deal of money. The Castle Rock Hotel is roomy, but you haven't entered yet.
Oh, Mr. Wellington,
Yes, my lord.
find me one of the best physicians in town.
Yes, my lord.
Unfortunately, there
Would
are
you-
some more.
Are you going to be having your boils lanced again?
No, I had these teeth that got kicked in the face by one of those horrendous beasts.
Ah, yes, my lord. They do look lovely as always. Your first sight of Middenheim comes long before you reach the city. Rising out of the Dracwald forest like a mighty tower, the Ulrichsburg is visible above the trees for miles. As the hours pass, you begin to appreciate the sheer size of this city. You keep getting closer, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But still, you have not arrived. Tal's beer, just how big is this place? Good work and grand. As you approach the foot of the rock, craning your necks to stare at the city walls hundreds of feet above you, you pass a broad, fortified gatehouse. Immediately, the road begins to rise, climbing up and up and up above the height of the trees until you're riding along a sheer drop on either side through a broad thoroughfare, narrowly missing runners and joggers and bikers all along. The forest floor, indeed, is a crown of great trees as far below you. Road is crowded with traffic, carts, coaches flying in and out of the city. Most of the carts carry red flags or badges, bearing the sign of a tree with a brook running past its roots.
They have flying carts here.
It is almost half an hour before your coach passes through the massive east gate and enters the city.
What was it? I'm sorry. What was
The
the
White
again?
Wolf. Red flags with badges bearing the sign of a tree and a brook running past. All right. It's almost a half hour before your coach passes through the massive east gate and enters the city of the White Wolf. Once inside, you drive along a wide, paved street between the well-appointed shops and inns, catching the glimpse of the comfortable homes that line the streets behind. Through another archway, you find yourself at the depot of the Castle Rock coaches. The staff at the depot leaps into action as your coach pulls into the depot. Bowing flunkies open the door with a flourish before glancing up at you with ill-disguised surprise and a little disappointment. They thought you'd be the Graf Frederick himself, says Weather. Not many take a coach off schedule like this. Worthy climbs out, pulls out a packet of papers from under his seat. Depot staff set about unloading your luggage, tending to your horses. Werther walks into the depot building, giving you guys an opportunity to take in your surroundings.
Who's Graf Frederick?
The guy who sent you.
Okay.
He's beneath your notice.
One of the potential electors.
And in a number of places, Graf Wolfgang von Aschenbeck's personal crest appears. In a few moments, the manager emerges, a big-bellied Midlander, as we said. Welcome, Middenheim. I see you're on business for the Graf Frederick von Kaufmann of Alverheim. You can rely on me for anything you need while you're here. Should I send your bags across to the hotel? Following his gesture, you see that one side of the courtyard is occupied by a coaching inn, also called the Castle Rock. The manager leads you over to the inn, talking happily. This is the second surprise we've had from Alverheim in as many days. Yesterday, one of our own coaches brought us a witch hunter about some important business. Not that I pry, you understand. Our customers' business is their own, I always say.
You say a witch hunter is staying here?
Yes,
She's still here?
I'd come through.
Did she continue on? I don't know if we want to.
She did not continue on. She is staying at the local place around here, one of these little inns. He tells you the name of an inn.
We'll be sure to stay away from that inn then. You know how those witch hunters can be.
Oh, yeah. She was quite friendly.
Really?
Fake arm and all.
She was friendly.
Huh?
Witch hunters aren't friendly.
Can I make an education check to see what that red flag was sign of the tree and brook on?
Yep. You're pretty damn sure it's the flag of Wolfgang von Aschenbeck.
Well, I don't even either. All.
It appears that a lot of his soldiers are about town.
Now you make your intelligence check, and Jay says you were wrong initially. It's not that; it's this. Good thing you made your education check.
How many purple?
Just one. And as you guys recall,
Oh, like 3 hammers and a comet.
You suddenly recall how to play pinochle.
3 hammers and a comet. What are your chances you're going to get a comet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, 1 and 8.
1 and 6.
All right, roll it. These are passive checks. We don't need to screw you over. Too bad.
That's a comet, not Chaos Star. Comet. Good.
Roll a d10.
Give a D10 someone, please.
Everybody got one?
It always seems
10.
Comet rolls are just as bad as the chaos.
We'll take
Oh, man.
We'll take
All
it
right. So,
James,
what's...
grab me a D10 either. Okay.
So, yeah, at first you were wrong, but then you realized that, you started asking around and you're like, what's that ugly brook and tree embroidered on the breast of these bravos that are running around town? All of you people look like retired soldiers. You're not really working, are you? It appears that he's got his own private army in town. And they're evidently led by, von Aschenbrook himself. He ends up giving out the orders. He also has a second in command. Werner Markheim is who Van Aschenbrook has evidently delegated his responsibilities. Most of these soldiers appear to be wearing leather armor and armed with swords and kite shield. There were red doublets of the von Aschenbeck family crossed, brook, and a tree embroidered on the breast. It's also the tradition amongst the bravos apparently to wear a badge or crest of their former army regiment somewhere in their kit, which often takes the form of a small patch stitched onto the shoulder. Velcroed. And you also find out that the Reichsmarschall Hellborg is pressing the Chaos host hard. Wolfenburg was sacked, but the Northmen had no time to even get warm in the ruins before the army was on them.
Reichsmarschall who?
Reichsmarschall Hellborg.
It's a woman.
Nobody's seen the Emperor since he was wounded, just the champion, Schwarzhelm. Some say his injury's worse than we thought. But I know the truth. He's been mutated on Governor Mutant Dark Days. So, as you guys recall, you're here for one of 3 things, or more. To get rich, give nothing back, the wizard's task. You are to consult with Professor Robertus von Oppenheim at the Collegium Theologica and persuade the remaining priests of the Temple of Ulrich to permit a ritual to have the bell clapper cleansed. The captain's task is to find and consult the witch hunter Adele Ketzenblom and discover what she knows about the Black Cowl and report that back to Marcus Bauerfast.
What she knows about what?
The Black Cowl. The noble's task is to investigate. This is what Graf Frederick wants you guys to investigate. Wolfgang von Aschenbeck, the Middenheim businessman and rival of Graf Frederick von Kaufmann.
I'll talk to the witch hunter.
Aschenbeck, is he from Middenheim or is he a...
Aschenbeck is from Middenheim.
Okay. So how is he...
How's he noble?
No. How is he a threat to Frederick?
Because they're both potential electors. Right?
And the suspicion is that the increased bandit, mutant attacks, the missing black powder, all these things are supposedly, he thinks that this guy is not above, not beneath, not at the level of doing that stuff.
But wouldn't he be an elector count from Middenheim?
Not elector count, just a graph.
But, graphs like based on region?
Something like that.
So why is this guy referred to someone down in Aberheim then?
Probably his region crosses over the other guy's region.
His land holdings or whatever.
Really? That doesn't make sense.
Sometimes they have huge tracts of land.
Waiting for that.
So for whatever reason, he thinks he's sabotaging.
Right? That's kind of what the deal is.
All right, I tell you what. I'm going to go mingle with some of these bravos.
Okay.
And kind of put them up for...
Excellent choice, my lord.
First thing I'll do is go to the garden.
Would you like your usual stein?
Certainly. Yeah, I guess I'll go to a watering hole and
With your permission, Lord Melched, may I give him his favorite stein?
Fine.
All right.
Well,
I'll
thank
head
you.
with him to the watering hole.
All right. You guys end up at the church. Yeah. Oh, let's see. You guys are at the
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock Coaching Inn. Yeah, the Bravos are around. You just want to find a random old crew and
Well,
just say,
I might,
hey,
you know, we might go into a tavern or something and see if some of them are sitting around, and I might buy them around
He's just gonna look for some dude swinging his magaga around.
and
Play some dice.
maybe do a little informal carousing with them
Okay.
and hit them up for some info.
It's suggested